The last couple of weeks, we've spoken here on this show, on the Sunday show, about the social unrest and the battle for equality and the battle for opportunities for people in this country and how we can be better. And one of the programs that I think does an amazing job at that is called the Animation Project. Short, it's TAP, T-A-P, the Animation Project. And it is based in New York City. And it has an amazing impact. It takes young people that might be from underserved backgrounds and might take young people who might not have a direction or a focus, and they say, we can help you get to that next level in your life, build a career by giving you the tools and the resources to tap into a passion, which would be animation, graphics, graphic design, editing for film, for video games, for digital, for television. You know, there's so much content that's created these days on computer that we watch and absorb that there's a real need for animators. And there's a number of young people that grew up on comic books and cartoons and watched Pixar films and said, I can do that. I want to do that. How can I do that? Well, that's where the Animation Project steps in. And they are a therapeutic workforce developing these young people and helping them get placed in the industry. And there's such a team component to this that if you're a sports fan, you could totally understand. It's a team. Everybody has a different job to come together, script writing, storyboarding, editing, developing, and then you execute the game plan. And it's just an amazing, amazing program. And they do need support and they do need recognition, especially in this time where so much funding is being cut. And so it's such a great program. I wanted to highlight this with two wonderful young people that are part of this. Manny and Jalen are both in this program for a minimum of 4 years. They've both been in it for 4 years or more, and they've learned so much, and they're such wonderful representatives of the program. I wanted to have them on the show to talk about it. So Manny and Jalen join us now from TAP, the Animation Project. Guys, how we doing? Thanks so much for joining us. Manny, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure, buddy. Thanks so much for joining us. Jalen, how you doing, bud?
I'm great. Thank you.
My pleasure, man. Absolutely. Manny, you know, when we spoke before, you got such a spirit and enthusiasm about the program. What has the program done for you just in terms of, you know, tapping into a passion of yours like animation?
Since I was a kid, I've always liked movies and TVs, and I used to sit at home and I would draw the cartoons that I would watch, and it would like fascinate me to see the things on TV, and I would always be curious as to how to make them. So when I had gotten into some trouble and I was given a choice to join the TAP program, I took it, and I really ran with it because it was something that resonated with me and something that I've always wanted to do. And they gave me that outlet to finally learn how movies are made, how TV is made, how to do it, and how to get ahead in life and make sure that I can take this on as a career.
So, Manny, where did you grow up around the New York area?
I grew up in Staten Island.
Okay, so you grew up in Staten Island, and so now, what type of influences is in your work when you create an animation? Do you think of something you saw growing up, a character, a comic book, a TV show that specifically you go, oh, I want to kind of take a page out of that book?
Yeah, when I think of animation, like for inspiration, I usually use my surroundings. You know, the things that happen in my life. I live in a bad neighborhood, so I've seen a lot of stuff go down. I've been through a lot of stuff, and I use that to kind of push me and make some stories with that. And then I use the comics and the TV and the cartoons to really give it that extra thing that it needs to attract the eye.
No doubt. It's amazing the type of stuff that you guys create as a team, and it's all young people, and so it's your creativity and coming out of your inspiration. And Jalen, your background's actually, you grew up playing sports. You were on the Stepanak basketball team, which is in Westchester County, north of New York City. And so you definitely had a background in team sports as well. How did your background and experience in basketball help lead you to the Animation Project?
Well, the background in basketball, it all started when I wanted to find a new school. So to have better opportunities within the sport. But I ended up not going to the school and then instead finding the animation project, which helped me found what I truly wanted to do, like within a career, which was film, animating, editing. So that whole teamwork aspect helped me bring like my true self into something other than a sport, which I felt was like something I was missing. So when I finally found that, it just like clicked, and I was like, this is something like I want to pursue even more. And everybody at Tab helped me with that, even till this day.
Was there a coach when you were growing up that you had a relationship with that connected you with the people at TAP?
Yeah, it was actually the school I was going to. His name is Jackie Knowles. One of his friends brought me to TAP and just showed me, like, after I showed him all my artwork and everything, he was like, I have the perfect thing for you that allows you to keep your creativity but still have like a flow that you can go with and people that you can be around. And it just, after that, it was like history.
Jalen, what type of dynamics are in play that at the animation project that you used in sports? What type of sports stuff do you kind of carry over to what you're doing at TAP now?
Well, besides like teamwork and work ethic, I would say probably this communication, because throughout making a short film or just animating in general, we're working with multiple people because we cut scenes up differently. Certain people have certain scenes, and just knowing how someone else's workflow is would help further move your own workflow. So to be able to communicate with each other and having able to, if someone needs help or is stuck on something, you'll be there. Just like on a basketball team, football team, if someone lacks in one place, you'll have to go and fill that position. So it has the same dynamic, it's just tweaked.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing how many similarities there are. Manny, when you and I were speaking the other day, you were just so alive with energy because you had tapped into your passion, which was animation. You finally had an outlet for it. What does it feel like now to know that you've got a career path, that you've got a job to work toward, that this could be your career and you could do this for your salary and to build a career out of it?
It feels good. Really, because growing up, I never knew what I was going to do with myself. And, being a Spanish kid walking around in bad neighborhoods and dealing with police that have told you you're not going to make it far in life and you're just another body bag on the street, I never really pictured myself being able to do something as great as animation. And being able to be a part of this and to learn that I now have a choice to do something with myself that'll benefit myself and my family, and it just feels amazing. I love the feeling.
How does your family feel seeing where you were as a young person and maybe not with a lot of direction, getting into some trouble, and now where you are with this as your career path?
My family is very happy for me. They've always been supportive, and as soon as I was able to get this as an opportunity and be part of the internship, my family was excited, and they were right by my side the whole time. They're very supportive.
Jalen, how about you? How's your family feel about you tapping into your passion and working in animation now?
Oh, they're exactly like Manny said. They're super supportive. They support me through everything, and they like always cheer me on. They can even help me like fix ideas, or like I show them certain projects, and they'll tell me what they think and what I could do better and stuff like that. So it's a good support system behind me.
Jalen, I know you're a big sports fan too, right? So is there any sports influences that'll come out in your animation?
I would say a lot of like basketball stuff,
Yeah.
or like fluidity. So when I try to do something, I always try to have like a sense of like flowing and like a liquid type of thing. So it's just everything goes together and it goes in one direction and it all feels like it belongs. So I try to bring that whole sense of like fluidity into my animations and films.
Manny, do you ever get stuck on a project and you're trying to figure out a solution and you can't figure it out, and then you have somebody within your team go, oh, I got it, I can do that, and then you can lean on them?
Yeah, almost all the time. We have people in our teams that know more about a certain part of the program than the others, like, because the program is not just building characters and environments. It's more technical things like building a skeleton so that the character can move, and lighting the scene so that it looks just right. Everyone has like their certain thing that they have, and it's just it helps a lot when I can just sit next to someone and I'm working on something and I'm confused a bit. Like I know some of what I'm doing, but I'm not the most proficient person at it, and I can just turn to my left or my right or ask someone in the office, and they'll come running over like, I got you. This is how you do it, and they'll just take it from there. And
how important is it, Manny, to have some place that you can go to or your friends can go to that are in this TAP program and keep you out of being unfocused and running with different people that could take you away from your potential? How important is it just to have a space like this to go to be productive?
I think it's very important. I think more people should try and take this opportunity to do such a thing, because growing up, when I first had gotten into trouble and I got with the program, I didn't think much of it. I didn't really care. I thought I was going to go right back to doing what I was doing. But then being a part of this program and knowing that I had something that I could do with myself, I realized that the things that I was doing before, getting in trouble and being, just a kid, it was just like something that I shouldn't do because I didn't want to jeopardize the fact that I had this good thing.
Jalen, same thing for you when you're at the animation project and pouring your passion into something you love and building a career out of it. Does it make you think about, man, I'm glad I'm not doing what I used to be doing because this makes me a lot happier?
I would say like that, but at the same time, it's like I'm glad that I found a space where I could be creative and have a sense of like, have that sense of teamwork and like ability, since basketball wasn't working out. So when I found that place, it was like it was a sense of like happiness, and I finally found something other than a sport where I'm happy at doing something. And then like Manny said, having like everyone around you, if you look to your right, look to your left, someone's there to help you. Like even like, because I'm in school right now, some of the stuff I learned at TAP is like better than what I learned in school. So it helps even more. So when I go to do my schoolwork, I'm sometimes even ahead just because of the things I learned from them and what they taught me throughout my whole time being there.
Well, I'm proud of you both. I've seen some of the work that you guys are doing. I've seen some of the work your teams are doing, and it is so cool. It's so great. You guys have a bright future in this industry, and I'm so glad you guys were here to take some time out to talk to our audience. So, Manny, keep it rocking, buddy. Thanks so much for joining us.
Of course. I was just wondering if there was one more thing that I could say.
Yes, sir, of course.
I just want to let the audience know Black Lives Matter, defund the police, no justice, no peace. And we need justice for Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, and everyone else who's been victims of police brutality. Thank you for having me on the show. My
pleasure, Manny. Well said. I appreciate you joining us, buddy. And Jalen, same to you, man. I'm proud of what you guys are doing. Thanks so much for finding time for us today, bud.
Thank you for having me.
You got it. Manny and Jalen, part of the animation project. So just to kind of focus and circulate back to what we were talking about, this is a program that's based in the New York City area that takes people from underprivileged, underserved communities, people of color usually, and give them a creative outlet. So many young people grew up reading comic books and watching cartoons and watching animated films and have this amazing creative mind, video games, and they're able to do that and use that in this program. And it's also a therapeutic program where you have trained professionals to help young people go through some of the trials and tribulations of their life. And so they're learning life skills and therapeutic skills and ways to cope and deal and process, while they also get this amazing opportunity to build a career. So I wanted to highlight a program like this because I think there's a lot of people out there right now saying, boy, what can I do? Or what type of programs are out there that maybe I can learn more about, and what's going on out in the communities that maybe I can learn more about. And this is a really great one called the Animation Project. And there's a real team sport aspect to it, so I wanted to highlight this one. You can go to theanimationproject.org for more information on it, theanimationproject.org, for a team of young people that are looking for little steps, little help to get into the industry and to build a career and to do what they want to do and to be productive, wonderful, beautiful members of our society, which is all we can really ask for. So I love what they're doing over at TAP. So cool.